Perfect, crap. Thanks for the confusion. Welcome, everybody, to the CrossFire podcast. We got a little back-to-back action here. We had Xbox Nation last night. But as you guys know, Xbox Nation, we discuss news topics and then kind of break it down. On this one here, we kind of take one news topic and everybody pours their feelings all over the place. So with that being said, I want to introduce the infamous, the man behind the man, back-to-back, the crap gamer is here, everybody.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Glad to be here. It's going to be a little bit weird not slapping around some supposed insider this week, but I'm going to try my best to entertain everybody.
You know what? Just wipe that secret sauce off your chin.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Secret sauce.
Well, before we get into the secret sauce, that's probably going to come up at some point. I want to introduce Southbound and Down South. What's up, buddy? How you been?
What it do, everybody?
There it is. Nice. Very nice.
You know what it is. How's everybody doing this for me this afternoon, for you guys this evening?
Yeah, and it's the first beautiful day in New York. I gotta say, I think we hit mid to upper 70s, not a cloud in the sky. It is.
Oh man, I know. I just had lunch on the coast. You know what I mean? Oh man, it was so beautiful.
I saw it. Weren't you just at GameStop looking for back compact games?
Yeah, well, yeah. My buddy was he's because right now GameStop has a sale, like a bunch of titles for 4 for $20. So yeah, there's a lot of good games on there. So he was like, well, let's stock up. I was like, well, go ahead. I don't even have a 360 no more, so we can look.
Yeah, man. I mean, were any of the ones that are on the list right now? Did you bring the list, or did you just look for key, like like big term names that we all know? Everybody knows, like Red Dead.
Actually, no. Like they had Fallout New Vegas was on it. Red Dead Redemption. There's actually quite a few good quality releases on there.
Red Dead not confirmed yet. Let's hope it is.
Well, we don't know if that's backwards compatible, but it's on sale right now. Hey, 4 for $20. You can't beat that with a baseball bat.
Oh, I hear you, bro. That is
it all of them South, or is it just the ones in like a certain bin?
No, there's the ones on the wall.
Most of them, isn't it?
Like, there's a list, maybe like 100 games or so. There's quite a few.
All right, very cool.
Did you check out Black Ops 1?
No, I didn't.
I heard that sold out all over here, dude. You can't fucking find it.
Yeah, I seen on Amazon, like it went up like 16,000%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody cares about backwards compatibility, though. Come on.
Yeah.
No, that's a flash in the pan. It's gonna get over. People forgot about it before.
The only people can, if you want to play backwards compatibility, you just got to pay for a streaming service. Come on now.
Hey, we got a console for that. It's called 360.
Okay, Connie.
Hey, those are fighting words, crap. Don't you ever call me that.
Yeah. Whoa, sorry.
Well, wait, before we get into the fighting
Danny.
because that's coming. In case you're in a ditch and Lassie can't help you, and Xbox448 walks by, he won't help you, but he'll let you know how his Halo score is this week. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I was just going to say, you guys have my undivided attention today because I have just obtained every single rec in Halo 5. So I have some time now.
Shame on me, because I say at the end of every episode, it's just that every week for the past, I don't know how many weeks, we've had new games or just continued, like, older games that are relatively new, but I've been really wanting to try and get on. And the summer's coming up, so unless Overwatch is something amazing, and we'll find out how it does in the community, I am planning on putting a lot of Halo 5 multiplayer time in the summer.
Which you're more than welcome to join me, and you got to remember, every month, man, is a content drop, so it's like getting another piece of a new game every month. So.
Yeah, I want to get your take later on in the show. I do, and if I forget, bring it up. I want to talk about that Infection that came out recently. I think that's been a huge hit in the community. And speaking of huge hits, Rand has been taking hits in his back for the past 2 months. Those are knives. They're very sharp. What's up, buddy? Rand, how you been?
I'm doing pretty good, Mooch. Thanks for having me on, as usual.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be a show without you, brother.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think you got a good enough collection of people here to... you don't need me,
Basically, he's just saying you got crap gamer. Who else do you need, really?
Wow.
At the end of the day.
I mean, if you need somebody to bring the negativity, I guess I'm your man.
Mr. Negative.
What we'll do next Fridays, if the weather's so nice, is we'll just intro everybody, and then we'll leave. Crap will take it away.
You should have on Captain Zazma and me, so we could just form a black hole of negativity.
That's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind getting the old Zaz on here once and again. Wouldn't be bad to get that. I like to tip the scales every sometimes. We don't want to be too high on one side. And speaking of too high on one side, Italian Clowns, originally from New York, now from Florida. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Clowns is having
Brilliant,
technical.
brilliant as always.
He's
Clown.
having technical difficulties.
Brilliant. Thanks for joining, bro.
That's all right. I still like my intro to him. It was awesome, man. It was Tonight Show material. We'll get back to Clowns. He'll be popping in and out. He's probably having some microphone. He did write me and say he was having mic difficulties. That being said, okay, listen. Everybody's got to understand. Not you, buddy. Not you. I want to bring up the first subject, but everyone calm down. Let the everyone in the pony stables just keep eating your hay and keep your head down. Exactly. The point of the matter here is a lot of people in the Xbox community have been saying that we're just shocked that Sony hasn't said a word about Uncharted 4. I mean, anytime anything's happened within 7 days, you hear that this Sony title has sold more than bottled water and done more than I mean they've beaten all kinds.
It cures cancer.
It does.
So I mean, listen, I'm just curious. Why haven't we heard anything from Sony? Is it something that they're waiting for something from E3? Have you heard anything from the high or the low side? I mean, do we have any projected numbers? Anything?
I haven't heard anything. I know that there's a little bit of that stuff in the UK where they're talking about it outpaced, but it was only 1 day sales really, where it outpaced Uncharted 3 by 66%. But what that means, who the hell knows? I mean, as far as we know, Quantum Break was #1 for a couple of weeks in the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we heard, it was the best-selling new Microsoft IP or what have you. So, I mean, what it means, I don't know. I do know that it's not in any red boxes or anything, that probably a lot of people rented it. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't do what numbers did. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a hit. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't do what they wanted either. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I just don't, to me, it doesn't make sense that this Sony, the one that's been this whole generation, would miss out on a chance to brag about something about sales numbers,
Right. I mean, well, listen, it is what it is. The game's good. No one's ever said it's not good. A lot of people would dispute that it's the most wonderful thing since sliced bread. But in all honesty, I think it's going to do very well. And now there's rumors. We're not going to mention any names unless the person wants to mention the name. But we heard rumors that it's doing well. But the rumor is that it's outpacing any other exclusive. The thing about that is the only exclusive that it can outpace is Uncharted 3, which you're always supposed to do that, right? Your kid is supposed to do better than you. You're supposed to do better than your parents.
Yeah.
And Halo 5 did better than Halo 4. I mean, it is what it is. And I mean,
well, that was me, Mooch. You can call me out.
Oh, I didn't want to put your name out there.
Yeah, I had heard that currently the sales trajectory for just the U.S. So this doesn't include worldwide. That currently the sales trajectory for the game are the fastest selling Sony exclusive ever, PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. So I mean, whether that sales trajectory keeps up and it is the biggest is yet to be seen. But that's what the rumor is. I don't know if it's true. Take it with a grain of salt.
Get ready, PlayStation owners, because if Sony sees that they can starve you guys for that long and then give you a quality game, which I'm saying, Uncharted 4 is a quality game, and you guys are gonna buy it up in droves, they're just going to do the same thing to you over and over again.
That's right.
Yeah, just starve them for a year, 14 months, and then they'll buy anything, right?
That's pretty much what it is, because the last real game, and I know everybody will, say something in the comment section or later on, but I mean, they'll be like, oh no, we had Tropico 5, and we had, and all this other rubbish. But to be honest with you, the latest game that you could really shake a stick at was Bloodborne, and that was March of 2015, right? So, I mean, March 2015 all the way till now is when you've gotten your next big release. I mean, last holiday you had the Uncharted Collection, which is an awful name because you didn't get multiplayer. So it really wasn't a collection.
A collection.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it is what it is. I have been working. I know a lot of people are like, "Hey, you got to shit or get off the pot with that review." I'm not like a lot of other YouTubers. I don't take a day off. I don't crunch. I'm almost done with Uncharted 4 at this point, and I'm working on the review. So I should have it out Sunday or Monday. People are like, "Oh, it's too late." I'm like,
I'll
"No,
have my revised review out before you have your fucking review out."
That's fine. That's fine. Crap. Well, you play. You guys all know my schedule. I play games usually about 10:30 at night. That's when I get a chance to. I don't really get a lot of time. And then you also got to keep up with the Joneses of these new games. But speaking of new games, because as Crap says, Crap hates talking about hardware, and I hate talking about Sony games. So what I like to talk about is I want to see what Southbound made a very interesting tweet yesterday. And there's a certain game that just came out, Homefront. Homefront, when it came out on 360, there was nobody really more excited than me. I was pretty pumped about it. Went to the midnight release, grabbed it, got home. Me and a bunch of friends popped it in. We played, but we didn't play because the servers didn't work. And I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about on 360. Of course, it was different developer, this, that, and yada, yada, yada. But South, give us a little intro. What made you want to actually publicly come out and say, hey, Homefront's not that bad? What was it that...
No, you know what? Because, listen, everybody, you go to Metacritic, I haven't checked, latest, but it was, I mean, I look at my friends list, there's only 7 people on my friends list that's played it or, bought it or whatever. But I'm like me, I keep an open mind about most games. I've said it before, Metacritic, it really doesn't sway me one way or another. So I said, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. And to my surprise, I really like it. Man, I played like 8 hours of it.
Hey, have you played the multiplayer?
No, I haven't gotten the multiplayer yet. I was just playing the single player.
There is no multiplayer.
Wait, there's no multiplayer?
There's only got single player and
co-op.
co-op missions, but there's actually no versus multiplayer.
Oh, wow.
I don't think multiplayer would work on that game anyways. It's kind of open world, you know what I mean? So that like you can go, kind of like an Assassin's Creed where you go take over certain territories or like there's like water plants and stuff like that you can kind of take out all the enemies and then take over that spot and then all your guys take over. So it's like a safe spot and where you can go buy your your guns.
Wait, there's no multiplayer?
It's just co-op.
No, there's no versus multiplayer like the first game.
Okay, well the first game had actually pretty decent. I mean,
right, it wasn't bad for 360.
Yeah, I was hoping that this had multiplayer because it would have been, maybe an option for boots on the ground.
Nope, just the single player campaign, and then it's got like co-op missions, which is separate from the campaign, and then that's it.
Yeah, so I'm looking for somebody to play co-op with me. So anybody out there, add me. My gamer tag is South. Holler at me. I want to get some achievements. So open invitation.
South, I'll play with you, but
No, I mean everybody except clowns.
Moochin here, give me a code.
Get you a code, brother. I had to buy it myself, man. What do you think this is? Code
South, man. I would have been right with you with this game if they didn't come out with the beta. This is one point in time with me that after I played the beta to this game, I decided I wasn't gonna get it, man.
Listen. I was on the same train, but in this particular case, the beta really steered me wrong. And
really?
Yeah. No, because I like you. I played the beta. Remember we played the beta, and it was complete garbage.
It was garbage. It was
fucking terrible.
Yeah. Mooch, give me moderator in your chat box, Mooch. I want to fucking police it.
No, you know what? Listen. The beta was really really bad indicator of how how fun the game is. I'm shocked because how much I liked it. So,
are you still having frame rate issues and all that kind of stuff?
You know what? The frame rate is not really an issue. It's like when you get to a certain like a save point, it'll like pause. So it's not like a frame rate where it just drops, and it looks choppy or whatever. It'll be like certain things where like say I got to, I took over a base and went to a save point. It'll pause for maybe like 10 seconds. You're like, what's going on? and then it'll continue on.
That's pretty bad though. Like
it's gonna be $20.
Drops to zero frames though when it fucking saves. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, it's better than being choppy or having screen tear.
Who's the developer?
There's none of that.
Developer is used. Okay, so they're Daybreak.
It's Deep Silver, isn't it?
No. So it's convoluted history. It's Crytek UK, which then became Dambreaker, who essentially is the old Time Splitters devs. Because remember with the Time Splitters,
they created Haze.
Yeah. So they've been through a bunch of name changes and shit. But yeah, that's who made the game.
I believe Free Radical.
Yeah, Free Radical. That was the name.
Okay,
They did they're most known for Time Splitters, the Time Splitter series, which apparently you can find in the actual game. I guess there's Time Splitters levels hidden in the game. You can actually play those similar to the old Doom levels in Doom.
Yeah, I love that. By the way, I came across my first old Doom level and my jaw dropped. Yo, that is an amazing little addition to that game.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm with Crap when he said it twice. When South said that, I'm with you. Like, we bought Homefront. When I said that, we went out and grabbed that in the 360 when that came out. We went and grabbed it because we were really pumped about the multiplayer, and I'm talking about, like, the TDM, the Team Deathmatch stuff. like in the different verses. To hear they negated that and threw that out, it's a little disturbing. Do I think it needs it? That's not necessarily true. South may have a good point. I don't know, but I mean, I thought that was a major part. It was supposed to be like this at the time. Remember, they were talking about it was going to be a COD killer, which
right. Well, yeah, definitely not. You know what? I mean, if I were to say go get it, I mean, at least give it a chance. It may not be worth $60, but if you can catch it on, like with the Best Buy Gamer Club, you get like $20 off or whatever, or through Amazon, jump on it because it's definitely worth $40.
Wait 2 weeks. It'll be on. Like, look at Battleborn. 2 weeks later or whatever.
Look at Uncharted 4.
$40.
I mean, that game's
2
already
weeks later,
get that on sale
for
too.
Homefront, it'll be $40 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like Amazon or whatever.
Like I said, give it a shot. If you can find it on Redbox, rent it. I mean, it's definitely worth a rental.
I'm gonna take
or
your word
catch it on sale.
Because I think you've got good taste. I'll take your word over Metacritic any day.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sal, you haven't really been wrong. I got to say, Swami says that you honestly have been pretty spot on your calls. Now, do you have Doom, South, or no?
Yeah, I do. I got it.
What's your take on Doom? Both segments, single and multiplayer.
I haven't played multiplayer yet.
Okay.
Good job, South. Good job.
So I wanted to finish the campaign first.
Yes.
So I'm just barely at like the second level where you gotta go down into that little cave-like area. I don't know if it's a cave.
I know where you are.
But you gotta go down that elevator shaft or whatever the hell it is. So I'm not that far into it. Right before I just got the chainsaw.
Okay. Yep. I'm just past that myself, believe it or not, because every time I want to sit there and play, like, first of all, I mean, look, I'm just going to give my 2 cents. And South, I want to hear your rating on this because I'm going to go somewhere with your rating. I think Doom is, God, they took the old game, they kept the elements in Doom that you liked, and then they just brought it up to speed. And when I mean speed, it's as fast, maybe not even a little, it's a little slower than maybe the old version, but that's okay. It's still super fast, faster than anything I've seen this generation on any other game. And it's just nonstop melee, smash, blast. There's plenty of ammo. I'm playing it on the second. I'm not playing it on Nightmare. I'm playing it on the one just below Nightmare. It's what you consider very hard.
Come on, bro.
Oh, Nightmare, bro. Listen, I
go hard or go home.
I'm usually playing.
Yeah, man, it looks like I got to go home.
I was gonna say, man, we're savoring the game.
Whoop your bolas out. You know what I mean? Have some nuts.
It's easy mode or nothing.
I think, in all honesty,
you're a casual. You play game. You're too busy on YouTube.
That's true. I'm way too busy.
But I mean, there's a lot of people that have really praised it, and there's a few people that literally think that it's just okay. And there's a very small group that have come to me and said, I'm not digging it at all. What do you think? I mean, everyone knows I'm very high on it, but let's keep it realistic here. I'm not saying it's phenomenal. It's the game of 2016. It's not, but I think it's worth the $60 price tag it warrants.
Yeah,
single player alone.
I think it's definitely worth $60. I mean, it looks good, it plays good. I mean, you really don't play Doom for the storyline. You know what I mean? You do it to kill fucking demons. So, I mean, it's fun to run up and shotgun a demon and let it like kind of explode, or you get to do those awesome finishing moves, the glory kills. So, I mean, it's mindless fun. I definitely think it's worth $60.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's my take on it.
Most games are worth that. If you pay, like, hey, I'll use a mooch analogy. If you go to a movie with just one other person, you're spending way more than $60 for 2 fucking hours. You know
I mean? You mean $18.50 for a drink and some nachos?
Yeah, it's like fucking crazy. Like, I'm sneaking shit in my pants. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got me a Coke over here. You know what I mean? I look like I'm packing like a foot long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wish you were packing a foot long.
Yeah,
but that's a different story. On to the next.
Yeah, different podcast. No, I mean, like, what do you guys think? I mean, South, would you recommend it to somebody?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I mean, I felt bad because we were having this conversation on BGST, and I can't wait to actually this week's BGST. I'm going to bring it back up, see what Tim. But me and Tim talked after he had already purchased it, so he said to me, he's like, Mooch, don't feel bad. He's like, I did activate it after you were so high on it, but he said I already purchased it because I just didn't download it. But he said it's not doing it for him. It's just not. And I was shocked. I said, geez, man, I feel bad. I said, I really thought it was something refreshing at this time of year. It's just something quick. It's guns blazing. I'm a shooter guy. I love shooter games. It's just kind of what I like.
Me too.
First-person shooters are just my cup of tea. But I mean, and that's the thing. First-person shooters are generic, people, right? We say this all the time. They're a dime a dozen. They come out all the time. So a game has to do something, and for me, it's the speed. Love the intensity in this game. The sound is good.
Yo, Mooch, I'm glad you said it's like taking what Doom was and just bringing it up to speed, because I've been telling a lot of people. It reminds me of the Doom that came out on the original Xbox towards like the end of its life cycle. I bought that. I had a blast with it, and it's the whole no reloading your gun, fast movement, having things just come at you like crazy, and just having a blast playing it. It's a really good game. I think just the single player alone is worth the $60. So.
Well, that's it. I mean, and good point, because when I ended up playing the multiplayer, I enjoyed the hell out of it. And let me tell you something. There's a couple of new game modes. One of them is I'm going to say it wrong. I'm just going to call it, Mr. Freeze or Freeze Up or whatever.
Freeze tag.
Freeze tag. But it's good, man.
It's cool.
It's cool. It was a different take on it. Since the game moves so fast, once you blast somebody, they're frozen. And the whole idea is you have to blast everyone on the team, lock them all down. The other team then wins. But you can defrost your teammate by running up to them. So it is, and actually that's the proper name, freeze tag, because when you go to thaw them out, you tag them the opposite way. So I mean, what do you think, Rand? Rand, did you played any multiplayer?
I played a little, I played a lot of the beta, and I played a little bit of the main game. I've said it before, the multiplayer. So I had absolutely zero expectations for the multiplayer of these games, as I do for most games that I feel have a tacked on multiplayer. Like I kind of have no expectations, because I don't expect anything from that. Surprised to say, I thought Certain Affinity did a great job with the multiplayer in this game. It's better than I thought it would be. It is kind of a lot of fun, but at the same time, I'm gonna say I don't think it's going to have legs. I don't think this is a multiplayer that people are going to be playing a year from now, or even 6 months from now. It's just
it's a filler right now.
Well, right,
yeah. Right now, that's unique, because there's Overwatch comes out, the people probably jump to that.
Don't get me started on Overwatch.
Well, a lot of people are hyped up for Overwatch.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like Xbox said, I completely agree with him. Like the majority of people who want to play Doom want it for the single player. That is Doom to most people.
I agree with you, Rand. I would say I'm definitely 70-30 in favor of single player in that game. And I listened to TXR, and you guys know that because I was chiming in the chat box, and me and Inferno were kind of just having a discussion via the chat box, and you guys were bringing it up on live. But I mean, my point of the matter is that I actually asked Inferno to come on tonight, but he was busy. The thing about it is this. I understand that Overwatch will have the longevity because of the PC community. But I'm not talking. Never on the show am I ever referring to the PC community. I'm only talking about console. And for some reason, listen, Rand, I'm not going to even disagree with you. I kind of agree with you. I think 6 months into this, Doom multiplayer may not be being discussed at all anymore. It's going to be dead. But my point of the matter is, I don't know if Overwatch is going to get 6 months. It looks like a free-to-play game. It looks like Borderlands 2, the 360 edition. It's got no aim-down sights. You're given all the characters with their maxed-out abilities the minute you turn the game on, and it's $60. And the community slightly has a bad taste in its mouth with the $60. Nothing else. All the other things are just minute little, like too much A button. All my other gripes are like too much A button. So I understand that. But I mean, I think Overwatch is overhyped, and that's my problem.
I mean, you are right. There are issues I have with Overwatch. Aim down sights. It's funny because I when I first started playing it, I tried to do that, and I'm like, huh. So aim down sights is kind of, we're used to that in shooters now. It's like secondary kind of thing. But I'm with you. $60 for the game as a multiplayer only game. I've been on record saying I don't really like multiplayer only, like Star Wars Battlefront and Rainbow Six Siege. Like I feel like for a value proposition, like we're kind of getting stilted on that end. Like and the way, and I feel like it's so like fucked up because the world that Blizzard created, like these characters and their backstories and the lore of that universe. Like, I feel like we're getting screwed by not getting a campaign that deals with all that stuff.
They should be explored?
Well, I mean, if you watch those like videos they produce, like those short like the 7-minute videos that go into like the characters and stuff, I'm like,
Right.
that is so fucking awesome. Where's my campaign where I can like learn more about this and do some cool shit rather than just a multiplayer only thing? So you're right, Mooch. I think the $60 is a problem because I'm one of those people that are like, I don't really think $6 is worth it for multiplayer. Then again, I love the beta to death, so I'm getting the game right away. The thing is, I think most people know it's multiplayer only, so I think they're gonna have to choose for themselves if if their friends are gonna be playing it and if it's gonna have any longevity, then they'll decide to buy it.
Well, Jamie Moran just brought up a good point. Can one of you guys answer this? Now, the map packs are going to be so there's a season pass, or the map packs are going to be extra additional charge for Doom?
For Doom?
For Doom, yeah.
Doom has a season pass. 3 drops at $15 a piece. New weapons, new demons, it's like they're doing the old fucking Call of Duty, model where they're selling you a season pass with just multiplayer. No single player, as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Well, I mean, so there's no extended single player coming.
No, I mean, unless it's like outside the season pass. No, like the season pass is strictly 3 content drops of new maps and weapons for multiplayer and stuff.
Well, that'll be interesting because, there's a couple of people that are writing me on Twitter, and they're saying, of course, Rand, buckle in for this one. They're saying, I don't agree with Rand. They're saying, I think Doom will have a longer run than what Rand is saying. That's all they're saying. And I mean, if they're going to have 3 map packs and people are buying into it, it's got the possibility, but, the 3 drops are going to run you into the fall sometime, and they're probably going to lose people then.
And they're also remember, we got a lot of big blockbuster games coming out in the next few months, so it'll have its time for the next like 3 months or so, and it'll have its time to shine. But then when the big dogs come in, the Battlefields, the Call of Duties, the Titanfall, Gears, you know what I mean? It's gonna be forgotten about.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
But that's every year. So you know what I mean? Doom coming out this time was a perfect time for it to to be a showcase by itself, and it's a good thing. But unfortunately, you can't knock the kings off the fucking mountain. You know what I mean?
No, and that's not going to happen. That's true. Crap, did you buy it yet?
What? Doom? No, I didn't. Okay. I didn't buy Doom. I'm like sitting on the outside looking in.
Hey, bro, you better spend some of that big YouTube money. Come on.
Man, I don't make no YouTube money. What you talking about? Anyway, so I'm looking in the window. You guys are all warm and comfy playing your game. I'm just outside in the cold.
Hey, listen, it'd be a lot warmer if
Crab's outside polishing his YouTube diamond encrusted pendant on his chain.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's crazy.
With his platinum gold rings and shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Now Xbox, do you have Doom? You do have Doom.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone does have it except crap. We really do need to get. I think that it's funny. I think you would enjoy it too. That's the thing. And don't get me wrong. You don't have to play on Nightmare or Hellish or whatever the one is below it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like
for the record, I am playing on Nightmare mode, so
And yeah.
I was to say, I will let you know, I would have been further in the game. You guys are actually a little bit further than me. It's just because a lot of my gaming gets done during the day, and I love scary games, but I love scary games in the middle of the night with all the lights off, with my
the thing is,
surround sound booming.
First of all,
that sounds romantic.
I know, right? Candlelit, wine, all that good.
You gotta invite Southie over. Get some couch co-op going there, buddy.
Anytime, I'm basically right next door.
Is there couch co-op in Doom?
No.
No, right? Oh, shit, man. Hey, real quick, I want to introduce Livewire. Livewire, welcome to the show, buddy. First time on Crossfire. What's up?
What's good, man? What's up with y'all?
That's my man right
crazy there. Guy on Twitter that always gets into some wild shit.
Yeah, I always end up in about 100 thread things. Like, the only person I see is Livewire talking because I have everybody else blocked. And I'm like, dude, can you please remove me real quick? Like, my phone just beep.
Yo, well, this is what happens, crap. Like, I get in an argument with somebody, and then they link you and everybody else. They'll put fucking Timmy Dog on it.
They love to do that shit. They like to get other people all up in the mix. You're like, wait, what the fuck, man? I'm just having lunch over here. How am I getting involved in all this bullshit?
Yeah, then they start sending porn and shit, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yep.
Why does it never stop at a conversation? It always goes from like we're arguing, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Fuck that! I'm sending you pictures of dicks and fucking.
That's the worst part about it. It's not just porn. It's like gay porn. You're like, come on, man.
Oh, they gay porn, child porn. They said all that shit.
They have a stash of it, man. The links are in their favorites on Windows 10, man. You didn't know that?
It's the same 10 people. That's why. And shout out to Livewire for helping me out with this. A lot of people helped me out. That's why I said I reached out to Tim. I reached out to Mike Morale. We all know him too. He's pretty active on Twitter. The guys
Mike
that usually,
Morale?
when usually you could have a decent conversation with someone, but there's a lot of them you just can't. So the fact of the matter is, why waste your time and energy? Block that. Move on with your life. Because the point of the matter is, when you block them, they actually get more pissed. And someone said to me, Mooch, when you do that, they make a sock. Listen, bad analogy, but the reason in 2016 you don't go home and knit your socks is because it takes a lot less time to go to the store and buy them. They don't like making sock accounts. Trust me. It gets annoying after a while. So when you block them, you remove
I don't know.
that
I
shit.
wouldn't be so sure, man. You get a lot of eggs popping up on your shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
but
Hey, I feel like I'm going to the store and getting a pallet of eggs. It ain't just the 12-pack. You know what I mean? You get the
Yeah, but
pallet.
when I was a kid, we used to just throw eggs. And so I'm like, keep it up, man. That's fine. I'll throw them
You mean your time on the Ohio farm?
Yes, on the Ohio farm. Yeah, I just literally got done shining my boots. Boots. Imagine that, man. If I had boots, I'd kick my own ass. In all honesty,
Eggs off that nice Hardy.
Hey, you're talking about that mooch picture?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the funniest fucking thing
Isn't that
because
great?
like I said on the podcast yesterday, Mooch is Italian. There's no fucking Italians running around out there with blonde hair, first of all.
That's that.
Second of all, Mooch looked like he was like a reject or a bench warmer for Jersey Shore.
Jersey
Like,
Shore,
yeah,
he
he looks so much like one of those fucking people. You know what I mean?
Listen, I ain't no whack-ass Sons of Anarchy reject. What the hell?
I was gonna say that, man. I was gonna be like, and first of all, I'm defending Jersey Shore. All right, there was nothing wrong with that. That's a wholesome show. All right, crap.
He's like I'm a gorilla.
Yo, man, that was just a bunch of Guidos getting drunk and acting a fool. But it is what it is.
Mooch wouldn't go anywhere without his gold chains.
Dude, you got him, man. Listen,
hey, Mooch is like, we got a situation here.
Yeah, right. Oh shit, you brought that back, South. Nice. Livewire, get back to what we were doing just before you popped in. I wanted to make sure everyone knew you were in. Do you have Doom or no?
Yeah, baby.
So how you feeling about it?
Yo, I fucks with it heavy. Like the crazy thing about Doom is when you first pop it in, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be a regular shooter. You already seen the video, so you know this is gonna be gory as fuck.
Yeah.
But when I'm trying to remember exactly how it was. I think I punched this dude and then shotgunned his ass, and he exploded, and I was like, holy shit. It's not the fact that you're just it's the combos that you can do.
That's what I was saying.
You hit him with a shotgun, BAM! And then fucking he flies in the air, and you can finish his ass in the air. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
And it's fast as hell. That's the point. And the minute you get done with that, when you turn the controller, you just push over, there's 3 more dudes in your face. So, I mean, it's fast. And that's the kind of shit I like, man. I like fast-paced.
Shut that damn dog up.
I was going to say, crap, control those.
That ain't mine.
I thought it was Crap's dog.
No.
I was like,
Tim dog in here.
Yeah, but the thing that's crazy is I think it got a lot of heat because it doesn't have a big story. Like it's not story driven, it's gameplay driven.
Yeah.
So if you like playing games, you'll fucking love Doom. If you like just watching a story, you might not like it. Yeah, go fucking play Uncharted.
See, this is why I like Doom. If you want a story, there is a story there. When you pick up the usual pick up documentation, pick up this, pick up that. They go really in depth where how this portal was opened. They go in depth on the types of demons that you're seeing and how they operate and stuff like that. So if you want to dive into that universe, that world, it's there for you.
Well, yeah, the lore is there, but it's the same problem. I'll bring up Quantum Break. Quantum Break, a lot of it is explained in the collectibles.
Yeah,
but,
that.
I like getting that stuff too. But for the average player, I always kind of feel if you're relying on telling your story through optional things you collect, you're doing it wrong, right? Yes, Doom has a story.
I'm looking at you.
It's paper thin. And anybody who's like, hey, I want a story.
No bad Destiny talk.
If I want a story in Doom, you're kind of like coming to the, because Doom's never had a story. It's like fucking demon invasion, and you're trying to stop it. That's the gist of the story. Sure, if you want like extra lore, you can fucking find those things on the ground, but like that doesn't mean like suddenly like Doom is this intricate fucking story like Quantum Break or like any of the other games.
I guess I'm not an average gamer then, because like even like I said, from the OG Xbox, that Doom, when I was seeing that the UAC was experimenting with a certain type of power supply, but in all reality there was a darker little team of people within them that are trying to do something crazier. That's what got me to want to get this one.
For everybody that's played it, let me ask you a question. Did you guys think that it because it reminded me, but I want to know what you guys think. Did it remind you a lot of Prey?
Dude, I loved Prey though.
No, I like Prey too, but to me it brought back a lot of memories of Prey.
Who's the developer for Prey?
I don't remember.
Wait, no, I know
Bethesda, right? Well, I know they own the IP, but
that's the rumors that they're
supposedly that's what they're going to announce.
Well, I don't even know if they're going to call it Prey 2 anymore, like, because there was that demo they did at E3 like years back.
They are doing an E3 thing, which is weird.
But I want to know if it's the same makers of Prey, because it's like, to me it had a lot of similarities.
Doom's made by id. It didn't. I don't. No. 3D Realms made Prey.
That was a really good Xbox 360 exclusive.
Oh my goodness.
That was really good.
Prey was
that first part with the invasion. Oh my!
Is that back compat yet?
No, I don't think so.
Is it not? Well, I'd go.
That game looks like total trash. So that was a really early 360 game.
But dude, I still play it just because it was fun, man.
It was just crazy because I remember walking around a bunch of like buttholes in the walls. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. That is sure. I'm looking forward to finishing Doom though. Like I'm probably gonna finish it this weekend. Story wise,
I want to jump on half of what Rand was saying and half what Live was saying, because way back on BGST I made a comment when we were talking about story, and I can't remember which game it was at the time. But maybe it's because of my time. A lot of people that play, they're like, oh, I sat down, I got a bag of popcorn, and this. Listen, I try to get some gaming time in between when the kids go to sleep and I got to work the next day. I don't really have time. Like, I'm playing through Uncharted4 right now, and there's like 3 chapters in the first 10 chapters that are only story. It's an hour and 40 minutes of listening to Drake and his brother rehash their past. Listen. Yep. I'm not bashing it. If you liked it, fine. But to be honest with you, that's just too much. That's too much. That's a minus in my book. Like, hash it out, get it out the way. What Doom does is people are like, oh, Doom doesn't have any story. That's not why you're playing Doom. You're playing Doom for everything Live was saying. Smash a dude in midair, turn around, hit him with your elbow, blow his face off with a shotgun. Those are the reasons you're playing for it, and you're moving it fast, and it's the creepiness, it's the whole, like I said, I don't think they did the scary end of it like they've done in Doom 3. But there's a creepiness to it. The sound, the music is that retro 80s, like punk, horror.
All it's missing is that face that was on the original Doom that used to like smile and get like that evil grin on, or it used to get all messed up when you started getting hit.
I think they purposely, from what I heard from people in the Doom community, they said that they purposely went away from that because what happened in Doom 3 was a turnoff to a lot of people. So I don't know. I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm saying that's what the Doom community is.
Well, this is a good kind of thing where it's like, what do you value most in games? Do you value gameplay, or do you value storytelling, right? Because Doom's right up front to you. It's like gameplay first and foremost. Yes, it has a story, but it's paper thin. Right. But like the gameplay is what carries that game. Now you could then go to a game like Uncharted, where everybody praises the storytelling. I don't really see much people praise the actual gameplay of Uncharted. What they always seem to praise is the fucking storytelling of it.
No, screenshots. That's all I ever see.
And even like game like BioShock, people really weren't praising BioShock for the gameplay of it, even though it is decent, especially like Infinites and BioShock 2s. What people really enjoyed about BioShock was the storytelling aspect of it, the story that they were trying to tell you.
See, I think it was the story/environment. But yes, I know.
Something that you play games for different reasons. I mean, even there's indie games out there that are no story and it's all strictly just the gameplay.
Right.
So I guess it's like yeah, well, fuck that game. But I mean, I guess it's like, where do you fall on the line? What is most important to you in a game? And there's nothing wrong if you like storytelling as the most important. Well, that's your prerogative. But some people be like, I need that gameplay. Like that's the most important thing to me. Like.
Right.
So I mean, they choose like Doom. Like I said, doesn't have story, but it fucking plays phenomenally. So.
I would say like if I was comparing them to a girl, I would say Uncharted is like a really pretty chick that basically can't survive on her own. She's kind of ditzy, whereas Doom is like fucking Ronda Rousey.
Boom.
That's basically what
before getting knocked out.
Well, either way, man, she's still a beast. You ain't gonna try to fight her.
No, hell no.
Hey, I'll be like Turtle in that.
I knew that movie was coming up soon.
Hey, she was like, if you last 60 seconds, I'll let you fuck me. I'm like, let's do this.
He said, how you do? There he goes. There goes South into his moves, man. Absolutely. No, that's good. And I mean, that is to me a big minus on a game like Uncharted because what? Let's do a comparison real quick, Rand. You pulled up BioShock, okay? BioShock was story intensive, but it wasn't hours. And I know you haven't played Uncharted 4, so it's not fair for me to compare it with you. But Uncharted 4 is just hours and hours of talking where, people are like, well, that's what I want. I guess, but I think it's over the top. It's even more than 1, 2, and 3. And then you've got, BioShock, which gives you story, but you're not listening to more than maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 5, 6 minutes at most on the long end, and then you're blasting people again with either a pistol, shotgun, and you have your powers.
I will tell you though, this Mooch. After like the 8th chapter, the cutscenes they're not as prevalent as the beginning of the game. Because remember at crap the other day, I said, man, it seemed like The Order. How many cutscenes and everything it was.
Yeah.
But from what everybody says, after about the 8th or 9th chapter, Uncharted, slows down on all the cutscenes, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Uncharted. Everyone said, Mooch, wait till you get to chapter 8. But to be real with you, I think that now I'm on chapter 12 or 13. I think that it does start to pick up a little.
Still got like 10, 11 more chapters left.
Is there really that many? I'm gonna sound like
there's like 23.
There's like
22,
God damn it! Like, geez, that sucks, bro. I mean,
And even when you bring up another game that's like really high on storytelling, like in Quantum Break, really, like Remedy is very much about the storytelling aspect of the game, and I love Quantum Break. I've said it before. I think it's I'm not sure if it's my favorite game of the year. Actually, you know what? I think it is my favorite game of the year. But like, what I thought was the best thing about Uncharted was the gameplay. Like, I love the combat scenarios they put you in, and I always thought like when you actually got away from the combat scenarios, like when they strictly was like you're walking and they would espouse the story to you and things like that. Even the TV show, like I thought that it kind of brought the game down to a extent because I enjoyed the combat so much in the game. Right. Even though I'm a time travel fucking fanatic when it comes to sci-fi stuff like that, I was kind of like jonesing for more combat. Like I wanted more things to interact with in the world. It's something, but I mean the big thing is trying to like fit that together. What is the right amount of gameplay? What is the right amount of proper storytelling? And trying to get that right mix. And I don't know if anybody's really found the right mix for those two yet.
Right.
Wait till Rockstar's next game.
What, like Red Dead Redemption prequel?
Or
which Rockstar? North or the one that did Grand Theft Auto 5 or?
Well, yeah. Well, didn't they do Red Dead Redemption also?
No. Rockstar San Diego did Redemption.
San Diego did it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
You know what? I was a big fan of LA Noire though too. So you know what I mean? Like a lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. I thought the graphics they did with the facial expressions and everything. I thought that was
the facial expressions brought it to a new level, South. But other than that, I didn't really care for LA Noire that much. I don't know why. I couldn't get into it so much. It was a lot of because when you went to a murder crime area, like they had the little yellow things that would pop up or whatever.
The thing that trippy is like everybody knows like the mafia is New York and New Jersey. You know what I mean, or Chicago. Like really, like LA's not known for the mafia.
Right.
So it's kind of cool to see, back from I say ours, like my history of LA.
Right.
Like we had some mob, here too. So it's kind of cool. I like that noir, aspect to it.
That's kind of neat. No, that's a good spin on it because like nobody I ever talked to, my everyday life is going to get into that. So that's actually a good aspect, a good way to look at it. I mean, we talked about BioShock, right? So BioShock Collection, you guys know that's. I don't talk remasters very often, but that's something I'm looking forward to. But recently, what was advertised is the Return to Arkham, I believe.
Batman, the Batman, yeah.
I mean, I was on Xbox Nation yesterday saying that I'm passing on that because I've got Arkham Knight for Xbox One. I have Arkham City for 360, which I think eventually after this is released will become a back compat. And I already beat City, and I didn't beat it to Rand's extent because Rand went and got all 300 Riddler fucking clues. I could never do
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you guys think? Live, I'm gonna start with you and South because we were talking about it yesterday. What do you think? Are you into that remaster? Are you into remasters at all?
Not really. I mean, I've gotten a few, but I don't see myself getting this one. I mean, I just. I played Batman to death, man. I played it to death. So I don't unless I was gonna get it just for the gamer score, which I just have too many games. I can't do it, man. I just can't.
That's what Crap. You know what? And that's a good point, Life, because that's what Crap said. Crap, you said that yesterday. You're like, I wouldn't mind going and getting those achievements again. Now I'm not into I like getting achievements, but whatever I get, let's just use the round figure of 1,000 because DLC gives you more in this and that. But if you just go by the round figure of 1,000, I think on City, for example, I got like either high 6s or low 700s. I'm good. I don't need to play that whole thing again to try and find the other 50 or 60 I might be able to get because I'm never going to complete it. I'm never going to find, unless Rand flies to New York and sits next to me on the couch, I'm not doing all 1,000 of those fucking Riddler things. So,
well, what's good about the Batman games is just by playing through them, it's a good way to get 600 or 700. So for me, that's worth it. You could get, you play through 2 great games and you end up with 1,400 gamer score. You know what I mean? Like over the summer, to me and the games that would be the first Batman games using Unreal Engine 4 because not even Night had that.
You know what? What makes me want it and what's probably why I'm gonna get it?
All the DLC.
Exactly. I didn't get a chance to play all the DLC, so that's all included with it. Yep. So that right there is a big push.
Wait, were we talking about the DLC for Batman?
All the DLCs for the
dude. The DLC for that game is crap, right? Like literal crap.
But I never played it, so I mean.
Yeah, but you don't take my advice. You don't want to play it.
There it is. Shot down.
I know.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Hey, you ran out PS4 anyway, so stop.
I'm just trying to save you some, like the DLC. They're just characters. All right, so I think you got to play as Robin and Nightwing, and they gave you like a combat stage, and they gave you a Predator stage, and that's it. Like I'm telling you, man, like the fucking DLC for the Batman games is fucking not worth it for anybody.
Wait, in Arkham City there was an okay one.
Let me go a step further.
Well, you mean like the Harley one?
Yeah, I like that.
The Harley one's okay, but like it's not worth like replaying the fucking game over for,
Fuck you, Rand. I'm playing it over again.
Shit.
Well, you know what? I never finished Arkham City, so I mean, I'll get it, but chances are I probably won't even play it. But I'll get it just to add to my
sort of like how I got the Handsome Collection and still have yet not even fucking played that thing.
Yeah, I got the Handsome Collection. I got both games. I haven't played it either.
Yep.
You know what? Hey, listen.
These guys are just hooking us in, man. Not for any. I am like, when it comes to remasters, I'm tired of hearing the word, to be honest with you. And now they're like, well, the people that kind of hung out and didn't grab these other remasters, now we're going to put out like BioShock and Batman, really get these people to flip and spend their money. And I am going to hold my ground, and I'm not buying them.
I never played BioShock.
You know what makes me laugh?
BioShock 1 is amazing.
All these remakes, you know how like the keyword or the hot word is remastered for a brand new generation. It seems like every fucking remaster says that.
Yeah.
Any commercial remastered for.
Give me the new games, man. Give me the new IPs. Give me even the new.
Well, supposedly Rocksteady's working on a Batman game.
I think they're working on a Superman or Justice League game. Is the rumor?
Well,
that was a Justice League. That was a Justice League teaser.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight. So
I mean, they're pretty adamant that was the end of their Batman trilogy.
Right.
But
they did a Chris Nolan. They're done with Batman. But you know what? Maybe they're not, because if he's in Justice League.
Well, I mean, like as strictly just a Batman game. But I want to directly address what Xbox said. Like, so I'm with you to one extent. Like, I want new IPs. I want the new games. But like, I know that the remasters are not they're not holding that back from us, because the people that do the remasters, like this Batman one, it's Virtua Studios. Like, they're just a port house. They're the ones who did the Final Fantasy X,
Like Blue
Final Fantasy
Point.
X. Like, they don't have nothing to do. Like them doing a remaster doesn't preclude them from not doing a new game or a new IP, because it's not like, you know, the actual studio is making these games is doing these remasters. They just fucking hire it out cheap to somebody else. It's all about hype. It's all about
But
fucking.
here's the thing, though, with these remasters, why can't they just make it backwards compatible? Period. Like, why do
They
we
want to make
need
that extra
remasters?
money.
Because
They
there's
want
no
that extra
backwards
money.
compatibility on PlayStation. So I mean,
Mhm.
like, you know, I mean, they can. I mean, look, isn't Saints Row 4? They have that. That just became backwards compat and free, but there's also the remastered version on the one. I mean, they can do both.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it really doesn't cost that much to do the remaster, the port,
Well, it depends
right?
on. I mean, yeah,
Well,
like it depends on like what they're
here's
adding
the-
to it.
Here's the thing, though. Like, why fork out 40, 50, 60 bucks on remastered editions if they can just go backwards compatible?
Because there's only one that can do that, and you're losing out. Then you can make a lot more money by
You can
putting
make
it
a
on.
shit ton of money because there's a lot of people that's, whether we like it or not, there's a lot of people that buy remasters. I mean, look at last year's Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah.
That sold a shitload. People,
Well, that wasn't.
people,
But
you know,
on,
not. Go
but
ahead.
on PS4, like, there was no way to make that backwards compatible.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And as far as like from my standpoint, like a really good game like Alan Wake, that being backwards compatible did me no good. I got all the achievements I could. I'd love to play through it again, but I'm a stickler for those goddamn achievements. So
I'm with you. And if
yeah.
anybody says like, well, Rand is good, because people have said that to me before, like that's shitty. You should have wanted to play Alan Wake again. It's like, listen, I played Alan Wake 3 times when it came out. Like, I'm great. Like, would I play it again if it offered something new, like upgraded visuals, better frame rate, maybe a better fucking jogging thing for fucking Alan, so he's not fucking tired after 5 steps? Achievements. I'd fucking get it again and play through it again. But like,
yeah, achievements are needed.
I mean, I did all the DLC too. I mean, like.
Yeah.
You know, and but look who it is. It's just Alan Wake on the Xbox One, so they can do backwards compatibility, because it probably wasn't worth them to remaster it and then sell it as like a $30 game, whatever they would. But if you're multi-platform, of course you're going to want to sell it to both systems. And like you said, PlayStation doesn't have backwards compatibility.
Can I be honest?
So.
I bought Saints Row 4 remastered, even though I had already played it on 360, because I just thought it was that damn good of a game. I
Yeah,
had such
hell
a good
yeah,
time
me
with
too.
it.
I agree with you 100%. I love the Saints Row games. Starting with 3. Man, 3 I think was one of the funniest games I've ever played.
Here's the thing, South. I have 3 digitally on 360 when those games was gold, but I have never played it. I played 4 twice. I'm hoping they make 3 backwards compatible, and then I can play it on my 1. You know what I mean?
Well,
I would say
we'll go back
three
in
was
co-op.
the
That was
best
amazing.
one for me.
Well,
yeah.
I gotta say, for people who buy remasters, I do have to say thank you on one thing, because, you know, these devs have been losing money on the whole pre-owned game thing. So for them to get some money back that was well deserved in a time where everybody was going to GameStop and buying a game for $54. Trust me, I worked at GameStop, so $54 because you had 7 days to bring it back, and people were trying to beat the game and bring it back at that point in time, and you know, none of that money went to the devs. So I will, you know, tip my hat off to you guys for, you know, giving some money back to them at least, because that is a major problem.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's a time and a place, right, for remasters. I mean, I can't sit here and bash people's thoughts and comments on remasters when I can't wait to get my hands on the BioShock collection. But that's, you know, I mean, I like it because that's just something I want to have, and I want to have it in the fact that I could play Infinite, and hopefully 2K does it right. Hopefully they use the Unreal Engine like the Batman folks did, and I can play BioShock 1 looked good flat out on 360.
Yeah, but I went back and played it like after Infinite to finish up the achievements. It does not play as good. I don't know if you remember, but like Infinite and both 2, where you could have your gun out and your plasmids or whatever at the same time.
Yes.
If you remember 1, you could only have your gun out or you could only have your plasmids out. And like the combat is so much better in the sequels, that like it was kind of shocking to go back to BioShock 1 after playing the sequels. I'm
So
like,
wait,
holy crap.
so remind me, because I'll be honest with you, I kind of fell in line, and maybe it was because of all the way that the community was talking about it. I beat 1, I beat 2, I beat Infinite, went back and beat 1 again, played Infinite I think I beat Infinite 3 times.
I beat Infinite a couple of times too on multiple systems too, PS3 and 360.
But remind me, guys, BioShock 2, you could have a weapon and your melee power.
Well, because you were the big daddy, so you had like the
right. That's right.
You had like depending on what like the gun or your plasma.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier to control. Was being able to use your weapon and your plasmids at the same time is preferable to switching between them. Like that's when I wanted to play BioShock 1. I was like, oh my god, like.
Hey, after you guys beat BioShock 1, how many times would you use? Would you kindly?
Would you?
I was.
So much.
I got BioShock 1 early, and like because a buddy, like I don't know if you guys remember, but Kmart sold them early, like a week and a half before, like
really?
They put them out early. Yeah, buddy bought one for me, and I paid him $100 for it, right? Because I was like really interested in that game. My game of the generation by far. Like I had never that was the one game that completely just I knew nothing about it going into it. The reviews weren't out for it yet, so like you know like you didn't have like kind of a your perception kind of being changed by reviews. So because sometimes when you read the reviews and it's all 9s, your expectations get really high, or if it's really low, but so like I didn't know anything about this game, so like I playing it and like my fucking jaw's on the floor the entire time, and then the fucking twist in the middle and all that stuff, like holy fucking shit, and like just the environment of Rapture. Like when you crash in the plane in the beginning and you're in the water, like I sat there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh wait, I can control this now?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like, oh my god! Like, look how this game's amazing. And like I was playing it and I beat the game, and like people were I couldn't tell you how many messages I got. I must have gotten 100 a day. How you playing that? How you playing that? How you playing that? And then I would always respond like, would you kindly pick up BioShock next week? And nobody had a clue what the fuck I was saying because nobody had known the would you kindly twist yet.
It's great. It's great to hear you say that because there's only one other person in the world that my brother is one of the hugest BioShock fans, and like I'll never forget this dude. I was when we get it's the middle of the winter, you get that sick. I don't know if it was a winter, spring, can't remember back that far. I was sick as shit. I couldn't even get off the couch. My brother comes over to my house. He's like, "Have you ever seen this before?" I'm like, "I have no idea what the hell you even holding in your hand." He's like, BioShock. You ever see this? And I was like, no. He's like, good. Move your ass over on the couch. I'm playing it. Comes over, pops the disc in, and he played it for about, it had to have been 2.5, 3 hours before he bounced. And dude, I'll tell you, he spoke about it the same way you are, Rand, right now, which is great. Rand, we have a game in common finally that we have. So, I mean, the game really does, for me, it resonated. I knew my brother liked it. I liked it. It just became a family thing. We kind of dug it together. My point being is that I can't sit here and say I like that collection or I can't wait for that and then bash this. My only thing is that it seems to me, and I don't think Batman is one of them because Asylum came out quite some time ago, a lot of the remasters are coming out a little too soon to what was the end of the last generation, and that to me felt like a money grab. What was it there? What was that one there where it was Grand Theft Auto but in China? I can't remember what it was there.
Sleeping Dogs?
Sleeping Dogs, yeah.
That was one of my favorite games. I love that game.
Well, my problem with Sleeping Dogs and Watch Dogs and Guard Dogs and Sleeping, man, listen, my problem with it is that's just GTA with a different name.
No. Sleeping Dogs is so much better than GTA. I fucking love it. Yes, it's not so open-ended. It gives you. It's basically you follow the story.
Well, Sleeping Dogs was supposed to be the sequel to what game was that? The L.A. Cops or something.
True Crime or something.
True Crime L.A. There you go.
Oh,
yeah, I'm a fucking wealth of gaming information. Yeah, that game. You know what?
It's Crapopedia.
Yes, that game is fucking amazing. I played it on 360, and then I played it on and the DLC. Is amazing too. Like if you can get the definitive edition, I think it might be on sale. That game is fucking amazing. The definitive edition and it plays great. It looks great. It's a lot of fun.
I'm with you, Crap, on this one with Sleeping Dogs. I love the story in it, man. I went out and got the definitive edition just because of that story.
Isn't Sleeping Dogs like $7 right now on Xbox
Yes,
One?
that's what I'm saying. It's fucking great, and it's nowhere
Damn you
near.
guys, yo, Livewire. By the way, welcome to the show where we talk games up so much you're gonna be like $50 short in your pocket after this game. You're gonna be buying. Like,
I was already trying to
shit
talk
up, man.
Pooch into buying shit on PlayStation Network because they got a flash sale going on. I was like,
Oh
quick,
shit!
Mike.
Watch your credit card.
I was like, quick, buy Killzone Shadowfall. See how bad that game is, right? Like, just to be funny, like fucking.
Wait,
play
hey,
this
so
shit
Sleeping
game,
Dogs is
man.
only $7. Where at?
It's $7.50
on Xbox
dashboard?
Live.
Yeah. What's the other one? There's Sleeping Dogs and there's another. What was a remaster for $7? There's 2 games right now. Those were like the 2 big ones this week. I can't remember what the other one.
Can you guys shoot me a link or what?
Yeah, crap. If you happen to find one, or someone does, shoot me that same one. If anyone in the chat can help us out, there's Sleeping Dogs. There's another remaster that's on Xbox One, Xbox Live sale this week for $7. Can't beat that. I mean, that is good if you want it. I mean, I have Sleeping Dogs for 360. I don't know.
No, it's good, man. You have to like you play it, man. It's good.
Did you get into that live?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I can buy any more goddamn games, man. It's just
I'm telling
crazy.
you,
I mean, I
that-
just got Doom.
For
But
$7.50.
don't get me wrong. If Splinter Cell drops, if they tell me there's a Splinter Cell remaster with all the Splinter Cells, fuck it. Fuck
Hey,
it.
I'll tell you right
Pandora
now.
tomorrow, man.
Hey,
Pandora tomorrow.
Right now, you can get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for $7.50, Sleeping Dogs for $7.50, Murder Soul Suspect for $7.50. I would definitely say.
Murder Soul Suspect was good. I
liked
enjoyed
it. I played
liked
that.
it,
I
yep.
played it on 360 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I think I got it on sale for like $20, man. It was like probably one of the best games I ever bought for $20.
All right.
Wait,
hey,
did you say it was Sleeping Dogs? What was the other one? Crap. Not Motor Soul Suspect. That one there, that'll put me up. But that, see, you know what, Sal, doesn't surprise me though. See, you liked L.A. Noire. And L.A. Noire.
I
was a
liked
lot
LA
like that,
Noire
right?
too. No, LA Noire was good until the last disc. There was like 3 discs. It was really good up until the last one where you were like you got busted down to like patrol beat or something.
Yeah, you were back to arson.
Yeah.
And
then
you guys remember
die.
those days where those games would come out? I forgot L.A. Noire was 3 discs, man, or like some of the later EA games, like Mass Effect 2, 3, Dead Space, and stuff. They were 2 discs and stuff.
Hey, South, I linked you to Sleeping Dogs 750 on DM.
I'm glad we've gotten away from that
thank you,
shit.
sir.
It's just like one Blu-ray or a digital download.
Hey,
I don't know if
yeah,
have you guys seen like how fucking big the download is for Halo now? It's like 82 fucking gigabytes.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
ridiculous.
worth it. And it's
You can get Kane and Lynch 2 for $6.25. It's backwards compatible.
Was that even good? That
Peace,
game?
yeah.
No.
You guys didn't like
okay.
it?
Kane and Lynch
I like-
1 is
I like
Kane and Lynch 1 is
1.
okay. Kane and Lynch 2, no.
You know what? I would like to see? I'd like to see a new Dante's Inferno, and I'd like to see a good sequel
Yes.
to Army of Two.
Yes. Good call. Oh, nice.
Army
Sal.
of 2, you know what's funny?
those.
Army of 2
Yes.
was fucking huge. Like the sales on that first game were
It was an
phenomenal.
amazing game.
It was,
Remember
it
you
was a
could-
really good game.
Remember you could
I think
put
it
some
was one of
fucking
the
platinum, diamond crusted, weapons and shit. I
well,
thought
plus
that
it
was
was one of the
badass.
first co-op games of last gen where you could play with
Yeah.
somebody online and have a really good experience. And then this sequel came out and it was really not as good as the first. It was weird, and it didn't
And then,
sell as well.
and then the fourth one, or
And
the
then
third one was
and then
just
the third
fucking,
one, the like
they just
Cartel,
blew-
they just
yeah.
fucking sent it to a shitty developer, and the fucking series got sent to die. Like they had something. See, EA does this quite a bit. It was like the first game was such a smash success that I don't think they knew what the fuck to do after that. And
Sort of like Dead Space.
It'd be
Yeah.
exactly.
Like Dead Space 1 and 2.
It'd be a good reboot.
Dead Space 1 and
Yeah.
2 of the best games of last gen, bar none. Dead
And
Space
they
3
were scary as fuck too.
Dude, I beat Dead Space 2 on that difficulty where you can only save 3 times. Oh my god, like the tension you would have getting to like the last like 4 levels without a save, and if you died you had to go back and stuff. Like my hands were shaking, you know.
Well, who didn't like being able to, with the plasma cutter to like slice off limbs and man, that was badass.
Plus, I mean, plus we didn't get a lot of horror games last gen, like true
Fear.
kind of like horror.
You guys were talking about this, and all I'm thinking about is Fear 2. It was one of my absolute favorite games
Fear
on the
2 is a good-
360.
Damn it, I never
like
played
Fear 3 the best.
I never played any of the
was the
fucking
best
Dead
one.
Space games. I've never
What?
played Fear. Yeah.
Dude,
I
crap!
have-
Dead Space 1's on backwards
Yeah, Dead
compatibility,
Space is
dude.
dope.
Yeah, I have it. I just
Dude,
haven't
get
played
that
it.
shit. You have to play it, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
that
Didn't they just give it out with Game of Gold?
Yeah, I have it. That's what I'm saying. I actually have 3 as well, but I never played that either.
I beat 3, and I never played 1 and 2, and everyone's like, Mooch, you gotta play 1 and 2. Like,
there's a Square Enix sale right now going on at Xbox. That's why all that stuff's on sale. Life is Strange Season Pass is $8.50, but like Deus Ex Human Revolutions $375 on 360. That's backwards compatible as well.
Yes,
it is.
Just Cause 2 is $375 on 360. That's backwards compatible. So there's actually the Tomb Raider reboot is only $5 on 360. But again, if you have an Xbox One and you haven't played it, you can get the definitive edition for $750.
We're all getting so used to this now because every week there's these deals, and 1 week sometimes is better than the other. But you remember last gen we were like, how come PC gets these summer sales for like $5, $7, $8, $10? Now we're getting that, so that's kind of a good thing, right? We always shit on this generation. We should talk about some of the perks, and that's a huge perk. Now you've got.
Hey, I'm pretty happy with the You know what I mean? Like it's not. I don't think it's as good as previous, but I think it's still. I'm genuinely happy with.
You know what? I think they finally found their groove.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right now, from here to the end of this generation, I think that they know where they're going from here on out.
Yeah.
Yo, South, I am glad you said that. I think what happened was both companies were planning on going in a certain direction that a lot of people there was a whole backlash about, and I don't think the beginning of this generation they really had a direction.
Well, they found their wheelhouse. They know they know where their bread is buttered, and they know from where they're going from here on out. They got a feel on what everybody's appetite is right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that appetite includes extremely powerful hardware and old games remastered. And listen, I know that sounds like a negative, but in reality, that's. You got to listen to the customer, right? That seems to be the majority. Now, crap will go, that's not what I want, but that's what the majority of people seem to want. They want to play older games at a much higher resolution. I mean, I don't know. For some reason, it looks like everybody just tuned into gaming like yesterday. Apparently, nobody's been here from 1989.
Mooch. Look what people are excited for about the next Call of Duty. It's not the actual next Call of Duty.
I did a video about it.
Remaster, which, by the way, I don't know if you heard the rumor. Supposedly, Modern Warfare Remaster is going to be a menu option within Infinite Warfare. It won't even be its own separate game, and it won't even have its own achievements and trophies.
Oh shit!
That's the current rumor. I don't know.
I don't think that's true because if
you know what? Hey, you know what? It makes sense because they want you to make sure you buy Infinite Warfare.
Yeah. So. It's a carrot dangling, guys.
I don't know if it's true. I think it's not true because.
Listen, if it is true, I'm gonna crack the door open just a bit because I always said no. I mean, seeing how many people are racing back to play Black Ops 1, I will say this: if it becomes something that's inside the game, like that's a menu item. Kind of like how they've done that notoriously with some of their scroll down kind of looking games that they always plug into Black Ops. I mean, it's just a side thing. But if they do that, I would consider picking up the game just for that. But if not, I'm holding out for the for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 separately.
Honestly, I got no problem with that, having that as a little subset menu.
Because no achievements then.
Well, look, no achievements. I mean, what's the point playing through the campaign? I think they'll have the achievements and stuff. But what I've seen is, like, I don't have it downloaded digitally. I have it pre-ordered physically. But what I've seen is people that do have it, like, it's 2 separate things on your pins, right? Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4.
I mean, like I said, it's just a rumor. I didn't necessarily believe it. I just thought I would say it. But...
Well, I can remember when the rumor was no multiplayer at all on that. You know what I mean?
That was people like that was always kind of confirmed right from the get-go, though, because people didn't understand. Like, well, if there's multiplayer, nobody's going to play Infinite Warfare as multiplayer.
Oh, just look at over 100,000 people on Black Ops right now.
Yeah, but backwards compatibility doesn't matter. Crap, stop it.
I gotta say something though while we're on the topic real quick, and it's probably one of the first shows to mention this. But crap, if you go into the community theater on Black Ops 1 and you look up the menu mod hacks, like the people that are posting the community videos on it, it'll put an infected menu on your backwards compatible game, and you'll have to reboot it to get off the menu. But it has like God mode and all this stuff. It's ridiculous.
I don't know anything about. I haven't had any problems.
It hasn't been blocked yet.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't found any problems yet.
Just go to Community Theater, and there's a ton of videos like Menu Mod, Prestige 15, Menu Mod Hack, God Mode. If you look at any of those
Wait,
videos,
that's on the current game? What do you mean by videos?
Yeah, you just go to Community Theater, and people like have these
Oh,
videos
that's
they
right.
post up of like their playthroughs or whatever. And if you click on any of those videos that have Menu Mod mention or Prestige Hack, it puts like a God Mode menu into your game.
See, I was told that
I
a
don't
lot of
know.
that stuff was. I thought a lot of that stuff Microsoft's kind of gotten rid of.
I know Call of Duty 4 and World at War were really hacked bad at one time, but those everybody seemed to have like left those games. I've been playing Black Ops and I haven't really ran into anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, Inferno and I did it earlier. We just went and looked at the videos, and it happened to our games. We had to reboot it, and then a couple of matches we were in, people were just dropping like the gunner choppers like left and right nonstop. So yeah, I mean, there's still infected lobbies.
That kind of sucks. I'm sure. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's probably why it'd be best to have a remaster instead of
yes.
yeah. So.
That was the first thing one of my coworkers said. He's like, "Yeah, I heard you over talking about Black Ops coming back in." He goes, "Is that still like all hacked and everything?" I said, "Well, from the people I've heard that are playing, they haven't run into any issues." He's like, "Oh, maybe then I'll pick it up for $9.99." He's like, "I just didn't think that, you know." He's like, "I don't want to go into it and there's like, you know, whatever, God mode or whatever, all that other shit, because that does take away from the experience."
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, it is ridiculous that people even do that shit. That kind of bugs me. But
especially in multiplayer mode, like there's no need for it, man. Just have fun playing the game.
True. So listen, let's speaking of that, I want to get into something else here. So there's only a couple of people we're going to even want to talk about that's on this, but Destiny did release some information yesterday saying that I think it's going to be called what is it called? The Iron something or another.
Iron Rising or something.
Rising or the Rise of the Iron. And
well, that was leaked, right? It was leaked.
Yeah, it was leaked, but then I think even what was it there, Rand? It was confirmed later, right? So that is happening.
I mean, it was confirmed in a sense that like, you know, Jason Schreier of Kotaku, like got confirmation from unnamed Bungie sources that was the expansion.
Hey, that's Mr. Leak Central.
Dude,
huh?
he's good at what he does, man, getting those like that stuff. But he's saying that it is including the raid that was supposed to be part of House of Wolves or some shit.
Oh.
Wow. Or at least elements from House of Wolves. He also is saying that
I told you they had some raid, and that was going back to last year.
Well, he also mentioned that the Destiny crew, the Bungie, has gone through a restructuring, and that now Luke Smith is now the head of the game, head of development of Bungie 2, of Destiny 2, which I gotta hand it to him. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Luke Smith was, but he's one of the he did so he was originally on EGM, like he was a writer for EGM. He did a podcast, one of the very first podcasts I ever listened to back in the day. It was him, it was John Davidson, it was Shane Bettenhausen, and it was I forget who the other guy was. It was One Up podcast. He was like, Luke was always the Microsoft fanboy. Shane was always the Sony shill, and who actually now works at Sony. Go figure. But they were writers for EGM, and this guy was like he hated Microsoft and loved Sony, but and a couple of other guys. So he eventually went to work for Bungie as community manager, right? Now, then he rose to the ranks. Now he's in fucking charge of Destiny 2, Mooch. You're talking about a game journalist who wrote for fucking EGM, now in charge of fucking running Destiny.
Listen, well, besides that, though, Rand, Destiny is going to run into a problem here, and this is only my personal opinion, but so I decided when Taken King came out to go back into it full-fledged. I played the crap out of it. I think you can get up to light level 335. I'm at like 314 or something like that, or 312. My point of the matter is this. Nowadays, either the only people who will talk to me about Destiny are people that are already in it. Like Southbound will talk about it with me. Rand, I think you will. I think PTK. But then that's it. Like everyone that left it when it was vanilla or never bought it in the first place, they're out. They're out, and they don't want anything to do with now. They don't want anything to do with September. So when you see E3 come and Destiny takes Sony stage again for DLC, you're going to see a lot of ranting and raving and oohs and ahs, but that does not reflect the actual public. And now to get back to what Rand was saying, now that you've got this guy in charge of 2, I think a lot of people in the community that didn't play Destiny 1 when Destiny 2 comes out, I'm not. They're going to get everyone that played Destiny 1. So that's a good number of people, right?
Well,
I mean, they're going to have a good number of people, but I don't think they're going to get a lot of new people.
Let me add this real quick. So Luke Smith was the director of the Taken King expansion.
Okay.
So if you like that or didn't like that in comparison to Vanilla, I forget what his job title was for Vanilla Destiny, but he was the director of. I'm not sure what his. He was in charge of the Taken King expansion, and now he's like in charge of the entirety of like Destiny 2. So,
you know what? He did a great job with that expansion. The only problem I have is Nolan North's voice. I still can't get over. You know, Peter Dinklage was bad, but the new voice is just horrible. I don't know. It's still just fucking irks the shit out of me.
I'm kind of like, first of all, I hate Nolan North, just as a human being. But you know, like besides that, like
come on, Mook, you can't say that. You don't even know him. He's actually a pretty cool guy in real life.
But Sal, and don't get me wrong. Listen. I know where you're coming from. I really, truly do. But realistically, having a drink with him and be like, yo, that was cool, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, that was awesome, too. And he's like, all right, see you later, Sal. That doesn't mean you know how awesome it is. You could have left there and stabbed somebody and killed them. My point is this. I mean, I think, in all honesty, you see the videos he does. Watch when you get off the show. Click on his name and look at all the interviews he's done. He's a pompous ass. You know, he's a pompous. He sits there with a shit-eating grin all the time, and they're like, Nolan, what did you think of this? He's like, it was great, right, Troy? Right, Troy? Yeah, you're right, Nolan.
But at the same time, he's earned the right to be that way. I mean, because really, him and Troy Baker, they're the fucking voices of half of every fucking video game character in the world.
Ellen DeGeneres is about to come out with the largest Pixar movie this summer. Like, is Ellen DeGeneres a great comedian, a great everyday talk show host, or is she a great fish that talks in the Finding Nemo sequel? I mean, like, my point is this. I do think there's some talent. Let me not remove all the talent from this, because there is definitely some talent. But to be a voice actor, do you see the people that are being voice actors? I think Eminem was a voice actor in a movie. You know, I mean, it's not that much work to really be a voice actor, because you don't.
Well, I mean, listen, that's debatable,
right?
Because you know what I mean. You have to show your emotion through your voice. So I mean, you know, listen, I can't knock somebody else's hustle. I think the guy's cool as shit. I mean, listen, I love Deadpool, the game. I don't know if you guys played it.
No.
But I thought he was great in it. When he, you know, for they had made a remaster for that, which they charged $60 for it, which was ridiculous. But no, on the 360, I beat it twice.
I mean, I'm bashing Nolan North, but hear me out. Where I was going with this was whether it was Peter Dinklage or Nolan North. To me, it wasn't enough of a difference that it made it or break it in either actor. And I think Peter Dinklage is a great actor, but I don't think either of them were stupendous. I wish they didn't make the bot sound so much like a bot, if that makes any sense. You know, Cortana, for example, in Halo, very smooth sounding, this and that. Like, make it that. You got this. We're in a much more futuristic time zone than we are now. Why does Nolan North sound and Peter Dinklage sound worse than Siri?
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, Peter Dinklage was flat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they also they like you said, they made it sound like a bot even more.
Right.
But you know what? It's funny. We talked about how bad it was, but it was still endearing to me.
Right.
So
I'm with you. I mean, not that you guys.
So going back and jumping into it, and then hearing Dinklebot's gay cousin, it was just off to me.
I mean, to me, you know, these guys have been running the industry for the longest. I don't know if you can't convince me that these 2-3 people are the only people that can voice act. That's fucking bullshit.
Oh no, I'm definitely
what I'm saying is they probably just have like a monopoly on it as far as like, well, you're my friend and that's my friend and we're all friends together. So do this voice acting for like 5 different games that are coming out this year. Like,
well, but it's kind of funny though because they actually poke fun at themselves too because they're like, well, what games aren't we working on? You know what I mean? But that's right. I mean, when you think of great actors, you think what, Denzel, Leo DiCaprio, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you don't want them in every movie.
Well, no, definitely not. But for the
Denzel
best part,
as the Black Panther. and Superman. Like, what the
fuck? And that's what thank you, Live. South, let me get a little bit more politically correct, okay? Just so it makes more sense to everybody. What Livewire's saying is where I'm at. Why is it you're telling me every single Sony production has to be these two guys who wear weird-looking hats?
Because they're good at what they do,
and
man.
Nobody else is, so Hollywood's only making up
I mean, I'm not saying nobody else is. I think that's like, look, I think they take direction from what they like, what the game like developers want them to sound like. For instance, I don't know if you know, but Nolan North is in the Batman games, but you would never know because he plays the Penguin. And he changes his voice completely for that. I mean, hell, even Troy Baker was in the Batman Arkham Origins as
he was Joker,
and he sounded just kind of like Mark Hamill. Those guys can do a lot of different.
Was also Deadpool in the Deadpool game.
Yeah,
he was also what the hell else was he in? He was also
he was in the zombies too.
He was in Saints Row 4. He was in Saints Row 4 as the president.
The president.
No, I mean Troy Baker was the default voice, but you could actually just be Nolan North too. Like that was one of the things. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like I get what Livewire is saying. Like it is like their voices are so distinct when they actually use their real voices that when you play a game, what's that one game last gen? It was where they're like in Iraq, not Iraq, but it was like the sandstorm came in, and it was the three guys. Spec Ops: The Line. Like I was playing that, I'm like, dude, this guy found, it's Nolan North, and it's like, fuck, it's Nolan North, right? And then you play other games like, well, that's fucking Troy Baker, you back because he's also like the Arkham Knight and stuff. Like I think the problem is they have such distinctive voices, and they're in every game because they're good. I mean, if they weren't good, companies wouldn't hire them. That like you kind of get this thing where like here's Nolan North and Troy Baker yet again, like.
Well, I mean, you can also go a step further. You could say like Steve Blum also. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's he known for?
Well, he's the one that does Wolverine, and he was Dempsey in the Call of Duty Zombies.
Well, even with the guy who does Marcus's voice in Gears, like he does a lot of games.
John DiMaggio. He's also Bender on
Futurama. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
he's Banshee in Destiny, the gunsmith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to hear some of these names getting dropped because, to be honest with you, like, Jamie Moran, again, he's on fire today. He says there's at least a dozen of, great voice actors. That's all I'm saying. It just amazes me that Sony pretty much, like, locks those two guys down for their main titles. Like I said, they don't have the Master Chief. The guy who does Master Chief doesn't do Marcus Phoenix. I don't understand why they can't have somebody else. And what happens is, the reason I say pompous ass, though, South, too, is you said it yourself. When you start getting 6, 7, 8 major roles and they're all having sequels, and you are known, yeah, absolutely, people's heads blow up. That's so true.
What I'm saying is he has the right. He's earned the right to be a pompous ass.
No, absolutely not. Just because you have talent doesn't give you the right to be an asshole.
I'm not saying he's an asshole.
Disagree. I totally disagree.
Well, yeah, look at Crap, and you damn well know it.
Yeah, right, man.
Which one do you think is the asshole? Nolan North or Troy Baker?
No, if you watch any of his
Troy Baker, actually.
He's actually really funny. He's really cool.
Well, I watched Nolan North do a lot of he's good friends, of course, with Game Over Greggy.
No, that's Troy Baker's the one who's really good friends with him.
Well, I watched that 2-hour segment back in the day before when they were still with IGN, and Nolan North did like a full day at IGN, and he did up at noon, then he did another show with Greg.
It sounds like you just don't like Game Over Greggy, not necessarily.
Honestly,
I'm not. Hey, that's like guilt by association. It's kind of like you BGST guys.
Hey, listen. No. Hate is hate. Let's be real. But like I think that I don't know, for some reason you got to watch the videos I'm talking about. It's hard for me I didn't sit there and document it and take notes and then write a petition to get them kicked off like the Sony guys do. I just my whole point. I'm just stating my opinion on. I see them. Listen, like I said, bad example, but an example nonetheless. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, they make all these movies. They sit down. They've got a little bit of a smirk on them. They're also making $30 million a movie. Like you said, South, they kind of earned it at that point. These guys do that. There's people who don't like Brad Pitt and George Clooney. They think they're assholes, right? Well, right. I'm just saying this is the same thing on the video game side. They just come off as pompous. And I just can't see that they get every single, like, they just get every game, it seems, on Sony side.
To me, it's just odd that they're in so many games of the same ilk. It's just, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, to me, like sometimes you need unique voices.
Yeah.
And
No,
if you're getting the
I agree
same
with you.
guy,
I don't
like
think
imagine if they
have to
did
be in
Coltrane.
every
Would
single
Coltrane
game
really
in the
be
world.
Coltrane? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if Nolan North was Coltrane. I'm just saying.
Man, you need a
listen.
smooth ass brother to be Coltrane. That's just how it is, man.
Now let me throw this at you guys. Everybody played Halo 5.
Right.
Now, of course, everybody thinks Steve Downs as Master Chief. You know what I mean? And then the black dude that there was what's his face?
Michael Locke. Yeah.
Locke. There you go. Now, to me, I thought Nathan Fillion stole the show.
Yeah, Team Buck all day, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Buck was amazing, and really like his quips. The way his voice acting in that. I mean, to me, he stole the show.
You know why though?
That was
Because he's a fan of the game. He loves Halo.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that says it all. Like, does Nolan North and Troy Baker game? I mean,
Yeah, they
I
do.
don't. Do they? Like
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
do.
Like it seems to me like Nathan Fillion, he games. You know what I mean? I know for a fact that he does. So I don't know. I think Troy Baker is kind of a douche. I don't mind Nolan North as much, but I think
you know who I'd like to see more in doing more games, voice acting, is that guy that used to be in Chuck, Zachary Levi.
Right, yeah.
He's a big gamer.
When you play the Telltale games, you'll notice that they recycle the same voice actors for all the same characters, essentially.
yeah.
Right.
Like you'll notice, like Lee is, because his voice is so distinctive in Walking Dead that when you hear him fucking show up in The Wolf Among Us, you're like, oh shit, that's fucking Lee. And then he shows up in something else, like, and then you realize,
Don't get me
constantly
started
reuse
on The Walking
actors.
Dead, man. That shit gets me emotional.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, it's just, I don't think there's, like even listen to Tales from Borderlands, like, and even like Life is Strange. There's actresses that like you've heard in other games and stuff.
But you know what? Hey, Bethesda does the same thing though. They use the same voice actors, in all their games.
I think what Mooch is saying is that somebody should hire him to be the voice actor for a game.
That is exactly
like,
what I'm
stop
saying.
giving Nolan North and Troy Baker and all these people this job. Mooch,
Give other people a
let
chance.
Mooch do
For
it.
God's sake.
Yes.
Let Mooch be the next Uncharted game lead voice actor.
Oh no, there is no more Uncharted games, guys. Remember?
Oh, that's right. It's the
Well,
last
no,
one.
they said that's the end of Nathan Drake's story. But shit, you think there's not gonna be another Uncharted? You're fooling yourself.
Sully ain't taking it over with his old ass. He looked like he was about to break down in this game.
He doesn't even look like Sully in that game.
No. They said it looked like he got a lot of plastic surgery.
That's what I said in my review. I was like,
Yeah.
you look like you got some fucking bad plastic surgery. It's terrible. Awful.
It is kind of messed up. I'll be honest with you. They messed his face up pretty nice in that. But
Botox, baby.
Speaking of names and chances, I want to go down the panel here and see who did it, who wanted to do it, and who didn't give a shit. I did. Southbound did it before. I changed my gamer tag. Did any of you guys try and not have any luck?
I
Have
tried.
luck, or didn't give a shit?
I tried. I know She-Wolf tried. She's probably still trying.
Well, no, you know what? You know what's kind of funny is some people they can't do it on the website, but they could do it on their console. So
I tried both.
Yeah. And
Crap doesn't want to be that MOE crap gamer
Yeah,
anymore.
fucking
Mo.
He just
Mo.
wants crap gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm crap gamer on PSN. Why can't I be crap gamer on Xbox? I pimp Xbox like crazy.
Well,
Just give him a name, yo.
On PSN, back when I first signed up on there, my God, that was a long time ago. I was stuck having to put a dash between two words, and I was like, people were like, why do you have the dash? I'm like, they made me. I couldn't do a space, and I couldn't get it with it together, the words together, so I had to do it with a dash. No, I did. I was able to switch it, and South. How about you? Got to like that call, right? So I'm calling South up. I'm like, yo, South, what do you think about this move? And you're like, do it. You're like, you want to get your gamer tag. He made a good point. He goes, you want your gamer tag to be exactly or as close as you can be to what people call you. You know what I mean? Like Livewire, right? I don't know how other people call you out. I call you live all the time. Like if you ever hear me refer to you, whether it be BTK on a show or I'm just talking to you flat out, I'm like, yo, Live, what's up? So I mean, not that you'd want to just maybe go grab Live, but I'm saying like that's what I call you. Did you try to grab anything, or did you not even give a shit really?
No, I got my whole shit. Just live wires.
That's
gamer.
it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's. So did you just get that yesterday?
No. I got mine I had it for about 4 months.
Oh, you're good.
4 months.
Okay, you're good. Rand, did you try and go to just Rand?
No, because I was told a while ago that it wouldn't be available.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason?
Yeah, you talk to the dude directly. You say no. Fuck it.
He went to the stores.
If you look at because there's only Gamertags that didn't make the transition to the 360. This Gamertag had made the transition because it had like Gamerscore and all that stuff on it.
Oh,
which,
all right.
So basically, it was from the OG Xbox. They had no gamer scores, the ones that were up for grabs.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Xbox, did you try to change anything, or you just kept yours? Oh, Xbox, he stepped away. My bad. Clowns, did you? Oh, Clowns did.
Clowns did. Yeah, Clowns did.
Clowns, you changed it. I like that move. Now listen, I'm 100% Italian. I'm a Guido to death. But to be honest with you, man, you got. I don't blame you for dropping the Italian. I thought Clowns because everybody calls you Clowns.
Yeah, well, Mooch, the funny thing is that is my OG gamer tag from the original Xbox. And I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but one of South's buddies actually tried to help me out all the way to the top of Microsoft to get it back a while ago. And I just happened to get lucky that it was released in this million gamer tag drop.
That's awesome. I said it on Crap's show yesterday. I got lucky. I had one of my Mooch Maniacs, man. That was awesome. This dude, he said to me the day before, he goes, Mooch, remember at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to go live. And I'm like, listen, I said, I'm going to try, but I'm not going to go crazy. It is what it is, right? So I tried it too. I tried at 2:15. The shit was buggered up too because everybody was trying to do it.
Yeah,
so
I heard you couldn't even get through on the website.
Well, you know what's great though, and don't ask me why I thought about this, but at around 1:45 Eastern time, I went onto the website and just kept the screen on. So I was always on. It was still shooting me answers, but it took a while for it to. If you went on at 1:45, let me put it this way, and you typed in a name and hit check availability, it would be bang. It would come up with a big red, no, this is not available. Try again. But then when you went on after 2 o'clock, then it would stutter. It would like the pinwheel would be spinning and spinning because so many people were trying to do it. So I tried on and off from 2 o'clock till 4:30. At 4:30, I was like, that's a wrap. That is a wrap. So I was driving home, and all of a sudden my Twitter thing goes off like crazy. I hit my direct message, and it's one of the Mooch Maniacs. I don't even know his name. It's like AV-Costa-V. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know who that is. And he's like, Mooch. He's like, it's available. Get it. So I pull over, and I'm like, what should I do right now? I call up Southbound. I'm like, yo, South. I'm like, I got everything ready. All I got to do is hit claim it.
I was like, do it, brother.
Like, yo, do it.
No, because look it. You had the Mooch 78.
Right.
I'm like, who calls you the Mooch 78?
Nobody.
Hey, it's Mooch. It's Moochie. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
To me, that I thought, I told you yesterday, it's clean. Perfect.
It is clean. Hey, it's easy.
And looks good too, and looks OG.
It does. It looks official.
Yo, guys, is it bad that I'm kind of sitting here being entertained by everybody running around for gamer tags and stuff? Because I just switched mine maybe a year ago to exactly what I want. It wasn't taken, and I'm just sitting back watching this circus of people running around trying to claim stuff. Is it bad that I'm kind of entertained by that though?
It's not bad. No, it's not bad at all. I mean, you're fortunate though. The reason it's entertaining, listen, it's like this, okay? If you happen to be at a bar that has a huge window, you're sitting there having a couple of tall drinks with your boys, you're having a good time. All of a sudden, that winter storm up in now Southbound. This to you sounds like a fairy tale. You don't get snow out there. But you get some snow over here, right?
What is this weather you speak of?
What is this snow you speak of? This wet shit that falls.
Substance.
What is that shit? So you're sitting there, you're enjoying a couple beers. I got a couple friends of mine when they know a big storm's coming out. They'll take a half day from their job. They'll go out to this big bar. They just sit by the window. They watch people getting stuck in the snow and all this other shit while they keep drinking. They have their wife pick them up later or some shit. But literally, this is it. You're just sitting back right now. You're like, I got the name I wanted, and I'm assuming 448 must be your area code. Is that right?
No, actually, it's funny. Somebody on Twitter actually asked me about that. I study a lot of stuff in my spare time. I'm big on learning things, and it's a type of numerology. It means like a new beginning or a new great beginning. So that's why I use that.
Good thing you didn't go with Xbox Scientology.
Yeah, me and Tom Cruise are cool, man. I got him on speed dial right now.
What up?
I'm gonna be an extra in the next Mission Impossible.
I did try to change my gamer tag to Rack 'em Up, but it wasn't available.
Off.
Rack 'em Up.
I can't change mine to anything. It's just like everything's taken.
I did feel bad for She-Wolf. Shout out to She-Wolf. She's in the chat, and she's a friend
The
of
hype girl.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? She's such a great supporter of everybody, man. Like, hey, a lot of love to that girl because she's one of a kind.
Well, you know what's funny is there's a group of people that like are really just there's a lot of people think all these podcasts are in competition, but it's not really true. You know what I'm saying? It's like I watch TXR, I watch well, I'm a part of this one and BGST and Xbox Nation. So but also like
you are Jamaican. You have like 4 jobs, bro.
Yeah, and they do and the console corner too. I like that one, and then the 4 guys with quarters, all good stuff. You know what I mean? It's like all good shows. So it's like there's
but like you said, we're not in competition with each other. Yeah. Everybody we all lift each other up. We always support each other.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, you can see some of, and even Livewire, you do PTK. I love PTK's the shop.
Yeah, his is good too.
You know, and if PTK,
Darnay's a good motherfucker right there.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is, man. I'll be honest with you. I met PTK the old school way, not YouTube, not this, not that, not Twitter. I met that dude we hooked up on a Titanfall lobby, and we've known each other since then, man. We've been playing and jamming out since then. So shout out to PTK.
Nice.
I'm trying to make the shop tomorrow. I'm trying to make it. I'm gonna see if we can move it up a little bit. I got some family shit to get out the way, but I do want to be on the shop tomorrow. Shout out to PTK and his family. But that's the thing. We do all work to help boost each other up. That's the way you got to be. That's why when people are down on the Xbox community on YouTube, that means you're actually just a hater. You don't like what we do. You don't like the content we put out because you don't like Xbox. You don't like us. That's a you problem, not an us problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta realize we're just a more mature group of individuals, man.
It's true.
You got to think about it. The average age between PlayStation guys are in their 50s to about maybe 7. This is really hard to really figure out, how to just because think about it. You playing Halo tonight. I probably run into a bunch of people around the same age, in their 20s, 30s, maybe young teenagers. You don't really run into too many kids. At least I don't.
Nope.
It's a novelty when you be like, oh shit, there's a kid. Man, he's a beast. He's on Xbox. Because to be honest, for a kid to be playing in Halo and holding his own, he has to really be a fucking beast. That means on PlayStation, he must be running shop over there. Just they kept me off because they said I couldn't fucking play. They always called me a cheater.
Well, to add to what you're saying, Live, my whole thing with PlayStation, not only are we dealing mainly with children, okay, first of all. Second of all, man, that's a lonely box. That's a lonely station over there. You put the little earbud that they gave you, thanks for that, and you put that little earbud in your ear, which falls out every 5 seconds. There's nobody ever on there. I got 50 friends on there. There's never anybody on there. And they're not all just Xbox guys. I got a couple people that I know are just straight up Sony dudes. They're never on. And when they are, never reach out. Never reach out. Never say they see the same game you're playing. It's multiplayer game. Never reach out. Nothing. It's a lonely station. And that's why they come on to Twitter, and I think they come on to all these shows to bark at us. Because they don't reach out, they don't talk, they have no social. Listen, people don't realize it. Back in the day, the gaming joke was, oh, you game, so you're not friends with anybody, you don't talk to anybody, you don't do this, you don't do that. I can't think of an actual activity that anybody does in their home that's more social than gaming right now. I mean, it is the most, it's insane. We had 10 people in a chat, people playing different games, bullshitting. I mean, it's everything. People are drinking. People are smoking. I don't know what's going on. People are having a good time, just enjoying what they're enjoying, and it's a very social community.
Well, now it's socially acceptable to be a gamer. It's not oh, you're a fucking dork. You're an uber dork. You're a game player.
But South, you got to think about
being a nerd on Twitter, by the way, by those haters out there, man. I was
no,
that's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a totally different mindset now. You know what I mean? Because remember, our age grew up gaming. So now it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
But it's also what we're playing too. Because think about it. If we were all just think about it. Would you still be gaming if your choices were Dota and fucking League of Legends?
No.
Probably not.
I never played them, so
I grabbed that shotgun
Final
in the corner and
like that. You probably wouldn't be playing playing fucking games anymore.
That's a great point, because that's what I'm saying. When we get on these shows, what do we talk about? We talk a lot of either Call of Duty, we're talking Doom, we're talking Quantum Break, you're talking good story, action, crazy shit going on. It's really like navigating through a movie. And you got a lot of the PlayStation guys, they're playing Nihon and like these whacked out like JRPG games where you're still a little bird with a magic power. Listen, if that's what gaming was, if all I could do was run around and play The Last Guardian, then I'm out. And then I'm gonna sound like crap. I'm out because that's not really what just like everything else, right? When you were a little kid, you didn't order a steak with crumbled blue cheese on it. That shit was nasty when you were 7. Okay? Your taste buds change as you get older, and so does your attitude towards games and movies and books and drinks and everything else. So you kind of mature. Your palate matures. And that's what I feel Xbox brings to the table. Xbox has Gears, Halo, right? That's what they're known for. Then you turn to Sony. Yes, they have Uncharted, but after Uncharted, it immediately drops to like shit kiddie games. You know what I mean? They're like, well, how can you say that, Mooch? I like playing Nino, haha. I'm like, that's fine, man. I can't get down with that. I can't wrap my head around it. You know, I don't know.
Did anybody try that One Piece demo on the X1? By the way,
no.
Just want to ask.
Ain't none of us named Showstopper in this place.
Yeah, shows. I loved it when shows, but that BGST was classic when he was the.
I love that One Piece, man. I'm like, what the hell is that,
he's
man?
Like, somebody get me some One Piece right now. He's serious, too. I was like, Show, don't do that, man, please.
Yeah, he was into that Persona shit too. I'm like, what? Yeah. Come on, man.
Well, Show likes everything.
But you know the funny thing is, my boy is a heavy anime fan, but he doesn't even buy that shit. Like he'll buy like Dragon Ball and be like, "Yo, Ray, you gotta get this Dragon Ball." I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm not gonna buy that shit." I mean, I'm just saying. I can lie to you and say I would, but I'm not.
No, you gotta be like Rand's partners when because I don't know how to pronounce a lot of those anime, names and shit in the games, and they swear they're turning into fucking Japanese all of a sudden. I'm like, yeah, what's Naruto? They're like, oh, it's Naruto. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
my buddies, a few of my buddies are really, really into anime. So like, sometimes they'll be talking about like fucking Attack on Titan or fucking Naruto. I'd be like, one time I was like, so you guys gonna play the Naruto? And they're like, no, it's Naruto.
I asked them one time, and they're like, it's pronounced Naruto. I'm like, what?
I have a lot of friends that are into that whole anime thing. That it's just whatever. I guess whatever you like, man.
Nah, you know what? I honestly, anime to me that screams virgin.
You don't South. You don't understand, man. Look. I've been to Japan, and it's like polar opposites as far as like the way the guys are there. They're either super extreme or they're extremely passive. It's the fucking weirdest thing, man. Yeah, like, I remember my boy was like, "Yo, I want to talk to this girl." I'm like, "Well, just fucking talk to her." Nah, what if she doesn't like me and I don't know? I'm like,
oh. Hey, there's a video game out here. It's called Naruto.
That's why. I mean. That's why they have those issues with like relationships out there, because
Japan's the only country in the world with a negative birth rate.
And when PSVR comes out, it's fucking gonna completely plummet because they're not even gonna try anymore.
A negative birth rate is very, very hard to get, but they're doing it. So the Japanese might be extinct before
they're
eventually
something.
down the road. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. It's all about those waifus, man. Like the fucking dudes just want to hug their anime pillows and be like, "I love you," and then they're like, "Fuck real women." It's only gonna get worse with VR shit, because like the Japanese are with like their porn and like their VR stuff, man. Like that. No kids are gonna be being born in Japan anytime soon. Like what? Like it is. Even when you think about that, I mean, just let that sink in for a second. They have a negative birth rate as a country. More people die on a daily basis than people are born in Japan.
And it's from old age, because they don't have murders out there like that.
Listen,
them motherfuckers is dying from old.
I love video games, but I love women much more. So I don't know.
Amen.
And Phil's and he loves Phil the most though. So. Video games, Phil, the top of the list.
If I'm willing to shine some shoes for somebody, that means I love you.
Hell yeah! I got my shoe shine kit, Phil.
Nice.
That's right. I brought my little box.
Yeah. Hey, get out of here, Tim. That's my shoe.
No, Tim's not allowed. That's my job.
That's good. Crap got me on that one. I had to think about it for a second, and I was like, oh shit. No, man. Actually, a great show tonight, man. I listen. This will be an all-time shortest, I think. Crossfire, man. I usually go about 3 hours live wire. Usually I keep it so we do a telethon where we give free shirts out after midnight. But I'm gonna keep this one. It's so nice out. Even getting looks from the wife like we gotta go drink some wine outside. I say yeah, that sounds good to me. But I want to close it down with saying thank you to the entire panel. Let's do some fucking plugs here. Crap, you're not gonna be bashful at this point. What are you plugging tonight?
I'm plugging. Oh, I'm a professional pony leg breaker, so I got that going for me. In about 7 minutes, I have a video going up. It's the Forza Motorsport 6 NASCAR expansion review. You guys can check it out because people have been asking me because I've been on that playing it. It's fucking fantastic. Go check out the review. It's going to go live around 8 o'clock on my channel, and we'll be on BGST Sunday.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Is it going to be the whole crew or just?
I don't know, man. I hope Showstopper's not running that bootleg internet again, man. That's
hey, he sounded like he was in the dishwasher.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
He was calling us from he was on the road when he was calling. That's why it was not his home.
Yeah.
His home headquarters. Hopefully we'll get show on there. It's difficult, but it's great to have him, man. He's each piece of the puzzle on BGST plays a certain role, so everyone's got an importance on that. Southbound, how about you, buddy? What are you gonna plug? Besides that awesome, you should be plugging Diego, man. Amazing logo, bro.
No, hey, every chance I get, I'll always shoot that guy. Man, he's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually trying to get him to hook up my buddy because my buddy's still an egg on Twitter. He's new to Twitter. I'm dude, that's the noobiest of the noobs.
You get blocked with that egg.
Yeah, no, I know. People are like, who the hell is this egg? You know what I mean? That's like, it's ridiculous. So I got Diego working on my buddy right now. But, Monday nights, TXR. What ran? We're doing it 10 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yeah, we moved in an hour early, so
10 o'clock Eastern Monday night.
So people like crap don't fall asleep,
Hey, I appreciate that too, man, because I like to listen to you guys and game a little bit. But you guys were getting done at like Maka hit me up one time. He's like, "Oh, if you're up for it, we'll do a little Doom multiplayer." I was like, "Maka, you guys don't get done till like 1 a.m. Eastern." I'm like, I can't. Holy shit, man! I mean, I'm all about being up late. I'm a late dude, but that's. On Monday night at 1 a.m., I can't start gaming. Holy shit! I'll have to call him.
So new time slot, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. So
very cool. We
don't count Central though.
Yeah. Well, we thought about even going like an hour earlier to 8, but Jeremy can't say. He said that's like too early for him. Like
well, really, Jeremy don't count. So I mean, really, we should just do it anyways.
Jeremy don't count.
Poor Jeremy. Clowns, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's get a plug, buddy. Those 4 guys with quarters, man.
Yeah, every Thursdays, usually sometimes at 7, sometimes at 8 on Twitch and YouTube at 4 Guys with Quarters. Very cool. On Twitter, 4GWQ Podcast.
Very cool, very cool. Xbot, how about you, buddy? I know you got some big news to announce.
Yeah, actually, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, very first podcast hosted by me. I got a really cool crew of people. Some of them brand new to the scene. Not really on YouTube. I just started getting them on Twitter, but they've been getting at people in like gaming networks on Facebook and stuff like that. So there's me, K Mega, my boy Fuski, the Don, and Newark NJ. So
good luck with that, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been working on a couple things, kind of put a little fresh twist on the whole podcast scenario. So, I can't wait to see who's in the chat, be able to talk with you guys as, I'm talking with my boys, and I'm going to have a great time, man.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you tweet it to me so I can push that out for you, buddy, and get some.
Yeah, we'll all retweet that for you, buddy.
Nice.
Make sure we get mass exposure as possible.
That's right.
Appreciate it, guys. I definitely appreciate it.
Exposed in a good way.
Exposed in a good way. And
like I said, a few minutes ago, we support each other.
Yeah.
Fact. Fact. And
Hashtag facts, yo.
Hashtag. Well, I would do it in Iron Wolf's voice, but I'm not gonna. I'll let either Rand do it or.
What, do I do a good fucking Iron Wolf impression?
You do a great Iron Wolf.
Hey yo, yeah.
Hey
hashtag.
yo, keep it Xbox. Hashtag fat. I don't know. that wasn't very good.
Wait a minute. Listen. I just want to say before I do my final. I just want to say one thing. If Phil does listen, if Southbound wants to send Phil a copy, we better get Rand. Rand's got to do a little practicing. We're not going to spill any beans or anything. Rand, you're going to have to rehearse this summer. That's all I'm going to say is you have to rehearse. I will help you with that, buddy. Because I'll talk to you offline. But it's.
What do you want me to say? Rack them up?
Rack 'em up. Yo, we'll talk offline.
Damn well I know it.
Yo, thanks to Livewire for coming out. Livewire, what do you got? Promote? You got something cooking?
I mean, I got a couple of videos already up that I did this week.
You got the best intro, hands down, bro. I love that intro.
Oh, hold on, what?
Shit.
What's going on here?
You gotta check out Livewire, man. Yo, Livewire's got this Busta Rhymes shit going on that I can't get
nice,
enough
man.
Of. I can't get it. Well, it's just.
I mean, because I'm from Jersey, bruh, so I had to put red and Busta on there, man.
I know, man. I knew what it was right away. I'll be honest with you, though. Great videos. I love the way you do it. I like how you got the character. What people don't realize too is we speak from the heart, okay, when we do these shows, but we are giving entertainment. So to the people in the chat and the people who are on Twitter who just can't seem to understand that, get a hold of yourself and enjoy what we're doing, because we do this shit anywhere. People are doing this shit from anywhere from 2 hours to 20 hours a week, and a lot of people tune in, which we are grateful for. But don't give people who work hard every week and then come home to do this for entertainment shit, because it's all for your entertainment, man, and we enjoy doing it. But yeah, Livewire, I'll promote anything, whatever you put through, I'll always pass that through and retweet that, man, because your shit's quality.
Yeah, man, I just try to put out a couple of videos like my that pony trend, don't go full pony. I had to do it, man, because I was talking going at it with Jabari and he was going crazy.
So it was nice to finally meet you, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was weird the first time we spoke.
Yo, Live,
with
you
the
talking
whole fucking broken game shit, but it is what it is.
I was say you talk about that dude Jay. I sent a tweet out to Zaire. I was like, man, if you want somebody to handle that pony on your Xbox versus ponies,
Dealer
man,
Gaming, man. Dealer Gaming.
Don't get me wrong, Jabari is like, as far as when it comes to ponies, even though he is hardcore Sony pony, he don't be on that fucking dumb shit that them other dudes
right
on.
That's true.
Like he don't go on. He ain't gonna talk about your kids, your mom, your wife.
No.
He just stayed to the game.
And he's not gonna put your head on some gay porn.
Yeah, you're not gonna do dumb shit like that.
He's got minions that'll do that for him though.
But he can't control that shit.
No, I know. I got you, man.
No, it's all good, man. There's good people on the other side too, for real. I wish we all could find a common ground, but that's a whole nother war. But yeah, everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. I do want to say a special shout out to Jay Williams, the graphic god, who does a lot of the great artwork you're seeing on the bottom of this screen, also for my character and for different things that we do on my channel. And I do want to say this because Crap goes, hurry up and put the goddamn thing out. So my Uncharted4 review will be out either Sunday or Monday. We're working on it right now. Look for that. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in to the Crossfire Podcast. We will be back next Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, the Lord's time. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.